Okay, hey everybody. This is Grace, and this is the third time today that I have been out here because something going on in the house. And that is, I wasn't able to sleep last night. My stomach is doing the same thing again. I've said this. This is the third time in a video. I couldn't sleep. My stomach is swollen again, like it's did last year, the year before. And wasn't able to sleep because of it. Miserable. It's just miserable at night. I wound up being able to sleep in the daytime until, around lunchtime. And I got woken up by a phone call. And when I went out of that room, the front room where I was, I smelled Adam had mopped the floor. I asked him a little later after I went back in, because I had to come out here. And because I have chemical allergies, really bad chemical allergies. And I went, I had to come out here because of it. And the thing that is, the stuff that he was using, I had purchased for that reason. But it's been a while because, I don't know, I think we had a different one. And then he used that one up. And that one I had bought, I don't know how long ago. And it was just in there because there was a time when he cleaned all that out. So, and that I don't think is the one that I can use. There's certain things I can use and certain things I can't. Anyway, it was so strong. Ever since his niece, the 31-year-old, basically tried to kill me 3 times. Okay, I've said I'm not going to play with it. That's what she did. Chemicals, knowing I have chemicals allergies, what she did 3 times. She's out of the country now, been back to her home. She's never returning. And but ever since then, I can't handle anything. It could be, it could be the same brand. I don't know. But there are only certain ones that I can use on anything. Everything else is free and clear. I have to use free and clear. But anyway, this time I had to come back out because it was bothering me too much. And he was home then. Then when I was back out, he left to go pick up something at the pharmacy for his eye drops or something. And then I went back in after he left because I opened the window and he had started his SUV from inside, with his clicker. I forgot what they're called again. We don't use that very much. We don't use the name for it. But anyway, the exhaust came right in my SUV. Wow. What a day, man. So I went back in the house. It still smells like that, even though it was right now 46 degrees. He had the back window open. When he left, he had to shut it. But I went back in and it still smells. So I'm like, I'm going to have to go back outside again. He's left to go to the pharmacy, like I said. And I'm thinking, oh my goodness, when is this, going to stop? And I have edema, so I can't sit out here for hours in my SUV. So, but I was wondering, why is it so freaking cold, inside the house? And I looked at the thermostat because I'm the one that controls the thermostat. Well, 2 days ago, it was 80. I think our high that day was 84, maybe 83, 84. Whatever it was in the 80s. And it was warm, and it had been warm for, I guess, maybe a week. So we had switched to the AC. No, it's not what you think. So whenever that day that it was in the 80s, and it, when we started dipping that day, it dipped from in the 80s to the 50s. And I turned off the air conditioner, and of course I turned on the heater when we needed it. I guess that night or the next morning, yesterday morning, whenever. And so it's been running. But I noticed that it said, at one time I said, did you set this high? During the day, it sets itself. Okay, it's really 3 degrees higher than my body can handle. Because I'll have those, if it's at the heater and it zaps away all the, quite a bit, not all, but I've seen as low as 15% of humidity. And we have a humidifier with two big tanks on it. But yeah, my hands will crack and my feet and the bottom part of my legs. Not good, not good. And so anyway, so that day I set it for low. Well, I didn't think that it was going to continue, and I haven't, that whenever we had to turn that on, it stunk. Like it always does. Anytime we have to turn it back on if it's been off. Right at first, people say, yeah, it's burning up all that stuff. Okay, whatever. Smells like gas to me. Right at first, it does really. And it's a new one, so newish, past few years. Anyway, AC heater unit. So anyway, when I went in there a while ago, it said it was set on 62 in the middle of the day. 62. Our temperature, what did I say, 46? Yeah, that's what my SUV is saying. And that's going to feel like it's going to be in the 30s. In the house, it's 62. So I turned it up and then remembered to take it from temporary to permanent, which I don't know how. I don't remember how to do it. I haven't had to do that too many times, because wow. See, that's usually what 62 is usually what it would set itself at night. That's what it did last night. So why it's doing during the day, beyond me. And during the day, it just sets itself too high. So, yeah. So anyway, and it's been raining. I didn't feel like going anywhere. Go sit somewhere else. And so when I went in there and it was 62, I turned it up to where it would, warm it up in the house. Hopefully some of that smell will be gone, because the smell's still there. Did I say what the smell was? Yes, I did. This is my third take, third video. That stuff, he decided he wanted to mop the floor. I don't know why. It rained today, it's going to rain tomorrow, rain the next day. And we have dogs. Yeah, we have dogs that are going to be running in and out. And, yeah, making all kinds of noise. I'm making all kinds of noise. But, making all kinds of mud. But I didn't say anything. I was nice. But, yeah, and the thing is, I had bought that. He said, well, that's what you use. Well, apparently I can't use it anymore, because who knows why, but I still think ever since his niece did that terrible thing the third time, knowing full well that I have chemical allergies and she could kill me, she did it anyway. I just put a dab. No, you didn't. Oh, entitled people, man. She takes the cake on that. But she's never going to return. She's back at home in her country, and she's never returning here. So, neither is her mother, who did the same kind of thing. I've said all this this is, like I said, my third video. I do want to move on, but right now, I'm outside back in my SUV because it's so cold out there, and I had experienced hypothermia, and I kept, for like a week, I kept having, it was, I think right after, no, I think she was still here, his niece, so it's not even been a month, but it was, I experienced it for probably a week, 10 days, I don't know, give or take, and they couldn't figure it out of the hospital, all this kind of stuff. I was experiencing excruciating, I mean, just, is that the right word even? just aches, not pains. I was chastised about the difference between ache and pain by some doctor decades ago. But yeah, there is a difference. But it was not pain, it was aches from my upper torso all the way down to my fingertips, all the way up to my jawline. I mean, not the jawline, but the gums would hurt, the bottom gums. All the top ones, I don't know why that's the difference. And I went to the ER. It was so horrible. Oh my gosh. And the guy basically told me, when you come here, you have too many symptoms. Well, fix it. I'm never going back there again. Never. I never. And the only reason I was there that time was because the ER nurse, a triage nurse on the phone told me to go back. I had just been there that night after midnight, and they didn't do what they were supposed to do. Of course, they charged me both times. I have insurance, but they have a charge that they, for, I guess, facility use or whatever, the privilege of being there. And anyway, so I figured it out. I, of course, figured it out. I have a rare health condition. But it kept having that. I remember one time it was twice a day. I don't even remember the other ones, because I just remember sitting there going, please let this stop. Please make this stop. I want to go to the hospital. They need to make this stop. It was so awful. And finally I figured it out by the last time, of course, it happened. Be the last time because I figured it out. But, I tested my temperature. I don't know why, I just did. And it was 94.4. Yeah, and I basically layered my clothing. Wore more than one layer. Yeah, more than usual. I am not a person who does it, but I had seen it before get really low. My temperature is always lower than normal, and I told the doctor that I had before the one I have now. Before, I told her, and she said buy new thermometers. I don't think she was being sarcastic, but I did. So I have new thermometers, and that's what it was on one of them. I didn't test the other one, but 94.4. And that's how I figured it out. I told my new doctor, he said, well, you could have also been dehydrated. Oh, I'm usually not dehydrated. Can't give me credit. Nope. No, he's a nice doctor. Other ones, not so much. And this is the year when I got all those referrals from him at the end of last year, making appointments, knew this one for this, one for this. Basically having everything possible checked out. And there's the one that I really need. It's scheduled at the end of December. Made the appointment at the end of December, and they said that his first opening is in the end of May. So he's the one I need to see. So, oh well, there's Adam. I'm gonna go in. Talk to you on another video.